Hello guys, and welcome back to Supreme Ruler Ultimate, and Shibi's back! Woo! But Travis is not here due to scheduling things. We are going to be starting another triple threat World War II PvP. This time, a little bit different. I am going to be playing Germany, Shibi will be playing Japan, we haven't seen that in a while, and Narfi will finally be getting to try his hand at America. All very evenly matched countries for the time. And we decided to do this last minute, so we have like little to no plans. So who knows how this is gonna go. Don't worry though if you were waiting for that 4-player action, because we will be getting Travis recording at the same time an Imperator Rome playthrough with all 4 of us, so that is definitely coming. We have that all planned out. But for now, we have to start this up and, well, we'll make some plans as we go. Alright, so as usual, the first things we must do is go through the minister and just generally get everything set to where I want it, which is going to be max taxes. I'm going to put to the middle of the bar probably everything else. We'll see about social assistance. That really depends on the era, the country, the time, the status of the population. We'll do it for right now. We're going to lock off indie goods. We're not selling any indie goods at all. We are going to lock off military goods. We're not going to be selling any military goods at all. Lock off uranium. Same thing with that. I need to real quick pick some things I want to research. It's all going to just be non-tradables at the start. Alright, I've picked 4 non-tradables. That'll be good enough for now. We'll work on designs and stuff afterwards. Gotta go ahead and set the initiative for everything that we're doing here. Turn off any problematic unit pathing. And we also are going to need an ROE. And I think with that, we're good to unpause at the start. We're going to go right to normal to avoid a desync. And we'll start rapidly looking through everything that we have available to us. One of the first things I actually want to do is I want to go get the Panzer 35T from Czechoslovakia, just because that is very, very important. We don't have a lot of money to be spending right now, but there's some things I want to do, like I want to support China. We're going to have to do a lot of things here. We're going to support our good buddy Stalin, because he could be helpful here for a while. We want to set up a lot of our war targets. And as Germany, we're going to have mostly war targets, more than anything else. We're going to befriend the UK at the start, just because the UK is going to be a good source of technology for us, in fact. Okay, so Japan has already formed an alliance with Spain, which is dumb. Japan is Shibi, by the way, and Narfi is America. Guess I forgot to mention that. This is dumb because Spain's going to have a coup d'etat to become fascist Spain, so this doesn't really affect anything, and he's dumb to get in here. So the thing about this playthrough, it's going to be weird. From what I know, Shibi has like a big hate boner right now, and he really, really wants to see me lose a game. Now, they both do, right? Narfi specifically said he wants to see me lose a game, but he wants to beat me in a 1v1, something fair. Shibi has made it very clear he wants me to lose a game by any means possible. So likely this alliance is more because he intends on trying to gang up on me somehow. I'm going into this knowing this, but I have some variables I cannot really plan for as Germany. France is going to attack me in 1939. Forming an alliance with them might help prevent that, but as it stands right now, France is going to invade me in 1939. So I'm probably going to plan for that and, do some things to deal with that. Honestly, I'm probably going to disregard a lot of Germany's historical alliances. I am going to befriend Italy. That is going to happen. Italy is actually a really, really strong European power in this game. They start out with so much good potential as opposed to Germany, who is a little limited by reserve personnel in comparison to Italy, as I have now learned, and they dominate the Mediterranean navally, which can make them a huge threat to the UK, and they usually get really aggressive as an AI and end up starting World War II by themselves. Anyway, I am going to befriend Italy because they could be useful in that they're going to fight a lot against my enemies. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do about the USSR. The thing about the USSR is that it's the thing that protects me most from Japan. Japan can sail, yes, but the main thing that protects me from Japan and keeps Shibi, who really, really wants me to lose this game, away from me, is the USSR, who also starts out with the actual strongest military in the game, and they usually wait for Barbarossa. They will go to war with Romania and maybe someone else over here, so that's why I figure I just want to ignore the USSR. I want to leave them alone. I don't want to bother them. I want to do other things. And if I'm going to do that, I might actually try to befriend the UK, and then I might be able to avoid war with the UK altogether. They might declare war anyway, but if I befriend them, they might not. I might be able to keep them out of it. taking them is a bitch, and if it's a bitch that I can avoid, then it is a bitch that I will avoid. It would be worthwhile to do that, but if I don't take the UK, then the thing is that a lot of this crap over here won't free up for Shibi to take. And if it doesn't free up, then he'll have to go to war with them as well. That's why I'm not so sure how I want to deal with France. They have a strong military, and it is going to come for me, and I'd rather not go across the Maginot. But if I go take Belgium, that's going to free up Belgian Congo. That's not too bad. If I take the Netherlands, well, that's going to free up the Dutch East Indies, which is only good for Shibi, who wants to see me lose this by any means. All right, so I'm going to change some things. I was opposing them. I'm actually going to support the Netherlands. I'm not going to take the Netherlands because that would just benefit Shibi way too much. I might go for Belgium just so I can bum rush Paris like Hitler would want me to. Italy's gonna attack from the south anyway and basically take everything that would be Vichy France, maybe more, maybe less. They might attack before France even attacks, but we'll see. Taking Belgium doesn't change too much. Taking the Netherlands changes a lot. He might just go to war with the Netherlands anyway, but that's not a problem. I don't see that as being a problem. I can deal with that. But I might want to leave the Netherlands alive, and the UK as well, because then it would stop him from getting Malaysia and India and things like that. And it would stop me from having to deal with them. And ideally, I want to befriend the USSR as well, because I don't want to fight them. I don't want to fight through the strongest military at the start of the game in order to reach the dude that wants me to lose the game the most. Ideally, right? Instead, I guess what I'll try to do is go, southwest. I don't know what we'll do it with Spain when they come back, but we'll figure it out when they have their coup d'etat. For now, we're leaving Spain alone. I don't know what we're going to do with Ireland. I guess I can oppose Ireland. They have a research center anyway. I'm not going to build my own research centers. I'm just going to take them over because there's plenty in Europe. I am going to probably try and take Norway and Sweden. Hitler historically only took Norway, but I'll probably go for Sweden as well. I'll leave Finland because they might go to war with the USSR and that might be a good thing. I don't know, but I'll befriend them for now. Poland is the big one, right? Poland. The USSR will attack them whether I do or do not, but I will probably plan to attack them and go ahead and do that. I will conquer Austria, probably Switzerland. I will conquer Czechoslovakia. Hungary and Romania, yeah, like the thing is, we don't need Hungary as an ally, right? They're small. They'd be useful, but not that useful. And it could be more military production and a research center that I could just take over myself. So I think I will do that. And same thing with Romania. Romania may be an easy ally to get, and they may historically help me, but they're going to end up at war with the Soviet Union in 41 anyway. So you know what I'll do instead is I'll just take them over. I'll get their military production, which is just as large as my military production at the start of the game, almost, roughly. And that will be a good help to growing me. I don't know. Do they start without? They don't start with any research, but they'll probably have some by that point. Bulgaria's another one that like joins the Axis, but I'll probably take them over because I want to dominate Europe, right? While leaving Italy intact, and I guess the Netherlands, leaving Soviet Union and UK intact. We'll see about Iberia later. And then head southeast into Turkey, into the Middle East, where there's plenty more resources for me to fuck around with. Me and Italy ideally will dominate this area as the Axis. The Soviet Union will be left alive to help kind of keep me alive, and hopefully that with the UK combined, we can accomplish something here, because I'm not going to invade Poland first. I'm going to let France invade me. Because if I don't invade Poland first, there's a good chance that the UK won't come to help, especially if I get an alliance of some sort with them. That's my idea. I want to start getting technology from the UK, but it's all very expensive for me to go for right now. We don't need carrier stuff, so that much is easy to pass on. We have less than 2 bill to work with right now. All right, these are 3 relatively decent things. We'll go ahead and buy that from them. We'll use most of our money and we'll get some tech, because we're going to be a little behind on tech until we start taking over countries. For now, I'm just kind of like leaving most of my navy away. I might deploy some more of it here soon. Since I don't plan to fight the UK, it's not going to be that big of a problem. I guess I can deploy more of it. That's fine. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and just deploy more of it. We'll let the navy roam. If I need to, I'll hide it over in this region. We know the Soviets will take over Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, so I can go ahead and befriend them just to get free trade, just to help my world market opinion, because I'm going to be doing so many wars that I'm going to need that world market opinion. I can befriend the Commonwealth, since I don't plan on attacking the Commonwealth. I can oppose Ethiopia, since I want Italy to see success against them. I am supporting China, just so I can see into the inevitable invasion Shibi does against them. I'll go ahead and support Siam too, because I know he'll invade them. He did that last time, so this would just make sense. Find anyone else around the world that makes sense for me to support, that I could get free trades with to help me later on. probably go for a lot of things like that in the Americas, but we don't need to look at that now. We'll look at that later. For me right now, Europe is the priority. Figuring out what I'm going to get in Europe and then resources around Europe, because Europe is the big manufacturing and industry base. So I want to get that done. And then Middle East maybe for some resources, and maybe African colonies. We'll see from there. We don't have a navy like the US and Japan does. Italy does, but we'll see how they handle it. At some point I'd need to strike out, but I feel like Shibi's my bigger problem, honestly. As strong as the US may be in the long run, I feel as though Shibi is my biggest problem. And I need to start working on building things now. We're gonna have a lot of resource shortages to worry about. Because this is PvP, just like in the other World War II that we were doing, I'm gonna rely on coal power just to save resources. Right now, our electricity is good. I'll go ahead and scrap this petrol. We'll get rid of the coal smalls we have, and we'll find all of our cons mids and get rid of those. We're gonna go for an efficiency route because we are in a tiny cramped space here in Europe. I will get rid of our mids as well. Ind mids, I'd like to keep for a while, but I'm just gonna say fuck it and get rid of them now. We are gonna need a lot more indie though, but that's like basically two large factories that I just got rid of. It's not that important. I think I'll start building that up right now. I'll just build like 5 more indie goods factories to just fill them up right here in a spot where we already have some. Maybe I shouldn't focus even more in the West where it's a little, let's say, vulnerable, which it is. It's a little vulnerable over there. But we're also gonna need resources, and getting indie goods is gonna be fun. Looks like the price hasn't started spiking yet, but I'm gonna set some to buy off the world market. We're gonna just try to buy a whole bunch so we can get building a lot of stuff right off the bat here. We have very little access to oil, so anywhere that we have any oil at all, we need to build it. I'm currently burning through my money, so I have to be careful about producing any more than I am right now, but I want to get the rest of the oil I can get, which there really isn't very much, but some places we'll take over will have more. Oil would be a big problem for us, so we might actually want some oil coal synths, because there should be an abundance. Yeah, there's an abundance of coal. But ideally I want to lessen my dependence on anything like oil as much as I can. By taking France, we will get more. By taking Switzerland, maybe a little bit more. Austria, a little bit more. Czechoslovakia. If I take Hungary, Romania, there's a lot of oil in these places. Another good reason to take them over instead of befriending them. Albania, Italy will take, definitely. We'll see about Greece. Italy will invade Greece. I don't know if they'll do it well. But that's a reason to get into the Middle East, is we want oil. We have more than enough metal ore. Timber may end up needing some work, but that's easy to fix. Now, we're going to have a problem with rubber. There's going to be no rubber for us. We are not going to get any rubber, and there's no point trying to get rubber. So ideally, eventually, I might want to just make my own synths. But for now, if we're befriending the UK, we can just buy directly from them, because they usually end up stockpiling it. So long as the world market works, it works. If it stops working, I'll buy directly from them. Alright, so Britain announces naval buildup. I will actually support that because I want them to like me. Paraguay, fascist regime, sure, support that. Denied aid to France. War in progress, cool. Most of this is other just random bullshit that we don't care about. Hello, Roosevelt. I am Hitler. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Hitler. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good, I'm still eating.
You see, he already allied Spain.
Sorry?
Did you see he already allied Spain?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he allied Spain, like at the very start there.
I didn't even know he could do that that soon.
Yep, he did it like at the very start. He allied Spain. That's how you know he wants to kill me.
Yeah.
The moment I saw that, I was like, oh, alright, this fucker. This is how we're gonna play it.
He's probably gonna take over Portugal then.
The thing is, that's Republican Spain. They're gonna have a coup d'etat anyway.
So what y'all up to, huh?
Yeah, but that doesn't... An alliance will be an alliance, right?
No, coup d'etat will reset it. We're doing your mom. Doing your mom.
Yeah, she was complaining about that.
Why? Does she want another one?
Nah, apparently neither one of you can please her.
Oh.
I see you've already allied Spain.
That was a quick one.
Of all countries I ever expected to see Japan ally in 1936, I can say that Republican Spain was not one of them.
Did you throw money at it or something?
No, they just liked me right from the get-go.
Okay.
Now that I am not Japan, I fully encourage you to build up the Philippines. Good luck with that. I wish you good haste. I built them up from the very beginning, so you know, the sooner the better.
Yeah, I already gave him tech.
I threw money at them the whole time. Because they needed money. So I was just always throwing money at them I was basically funding them with the US tax money.
Yeah, I'm gonna build up some first for me. When I have money over, I will send it to them.
So, since I am Germany, I'm not a naval threat to you, right?
No.
There is a naval threat to you, and it is not me.
It's Japan.
Yes, I am just a land threat, I guess. But across an ocean.
Yeah, but I'm gonna build up the navy of the Philippines also, so...
Yeah, I gave them a little bit of everything. But be careful not to give them too much at once. They will, like, just collapse if you do. We buy the indie goods? Yeah, we bought a whole bunch of indie goods. That went pretty well. Alright, so we're good on indie goods for now. We're just gonna build up mill goods naturally for the time being. I was thinking about what I could do in Europe. And I know that if I take the Netherlands, he's gonna use that to take the Dutch East Indies and get himself rubber for sure.
Yeah. You're probably better off if you take the Czech and Austria first. They also have oil and everything.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about what I should do here, because everything I do here, colony-wise, will affect what he's able to do over there.
He's probably waiting for it.
Oh, probably, yeah. For now, he's definitely going to go help China, and he's going to go help Siam. We know he knows how to take China and Siam, so, that's more your problem for the time being than it is mine.
Yeah, probably. Maybe he will ignore China and everything, he will go straight to Europe.
That would be dumb, but I would invite that, because it would make him easier to deal with. Let's go ahead and get some friendship treaties with Paraguay, just so that we can get the little bonus to our, what's it called, world market opinion, which is still only at satisfied, and since we're going to be pretty war heavy, we want to get that up closer to whatever the max one is as soon as possible, and free trade does affect that. I don't want to go too into supporting anyone yet, just enough. I guess I can do the same with Republican Spain, even though I know they're gonna break it off. It means I can just redo it later, you know, I could do it again. We already have free trade, so that one's not as important, I guess. My money is building up a little bit more, so we can go ahead now and place any remaining oil that we can squeeze out of Germany, which of course isn't very much, and there's a military complex on one of those hexes. That's wonderful. I guess we're not exploiting that. I could get rid of that, but we don't need to min-max that hard. I don't really know any kinds of deals I can make with them. This playthrough is too evenly matched in 1v1s to really justify helping one or the other. If Shibi's gonna have a hard-on for me, then I guess it would make sense to help Narfi. But simultaneously, I don't know anything Narfi could give me or that I want from him. He's already going to be in Japan's face and causing problems over there just by his presence. I need him to stay away from me, but I could just as easily fight him if he comes to me, since Japan is blocked off by the USSR with my current strategy. What I need to do is just kind of, I guess, keep a low profile, I suppose. And here goes the Maginot. Yeah, we'll end up dealing with that. Not this instant, but we will end up dealing with that. It doesn't look like either of them are opposing me. We have really little to no justification against either of them, and they have none against us. So we don't have any oppositions happening here at the very least. China has drafted their constitution. I will support that. Make them like me a little bit better. We need to get a lot of treaties with them, because we won't have Japan to help us this time. And we're gonna go and get, you know, everything short of the alliances and stuff with them, because we want to befriend them. If they do live, which is not very likely, that would be great. But realistically, they will not live. Do you have any plans with China in this one?
Not yet. I'll probably do what I can to hold him off of it, but if he wants it, he wants it. I can't hold him. I can't stop him.
To stop China from falling, like, you'd have to have your own troops there sitting on Nanjing, you know?
Yeah. He already has a full military bar, so he's probably going for it.
Oh, he's definitely going for it. I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to be his first or second target. It's going to happen. If you want, we can both oppose his, fund his insurgency to try to make it harder on him.
We can.
Just so long as China remains a thing he might be fighting, basically.
Yeah.
Would you like to do that?
I don't know how much effect it will do right now.
Well, his military approval still isn't at max, so he would end up, once he goes to war, especially having to spend more to keep it up, especially if he sustains any losses.
Yeah, I'm okay with opposing that.
Okay, so you want to fund insurgency?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, cool. I have done the same. I'm not opposing his government or anything, just funding insurgency.
Yeah, same.
I wish I could support China's.
Or...
I did everything. The main thing I need right now is more research centers and more production. Rather than using my own industry goods on building these things, I'm just going to take them from the countries around me. So my first targets are actually going to be countries that are going to give me these kinds of things, like Switzerland, Denmark, maybe Belgium. We'll see about Czechoslovakia. They have quite a bit of land production as well. I want to slowly start accumulating this stuff. Doesn't look like Narfi's planning on invading anyone next to him just yet. Okay, maybe Haiti. Maybe Haiti by the looks of it. He is befriending Australia. He's befriending New Zealand. That's really good. He's really befriended China already. Very good, very nice. We don't have very good relations. We have very bad relations, in fact. Japan appears to be opposing Ethiopia, maybe. These might just be his standard relations, but you can see he's gonna go for China. You can see he's gonna go for Siam. You can see he's probably planning for New Zealand and Australia. Have you checked his diplomatic map, Narfi?
At the beginning, yeah.
It's getting darker red with Australia, New Zealand, Siam, China. Liberia, too.
Ooh.
So you might want to watch your Commonwealth members over there, because they seem to be on his list.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I know he probably has a fucking hard-on for killing me this time, so I at least have to give you tips to even the odds.
It's also getting red at Greece and everything. I don't know if it was red or...
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's kind of weird. I don't know. It probably just starts out like that. That'd be really, really weird.
Also Denmark.
Yeah, I think that's just normal. If it's not, that's really weird. He seems to be befriending Italy. And a lot of the stereotypical Axis members. What is he building? Has he already built more military? Maybe. Dude.
Well, to take Liberia,
dude.
He has to befriend Britain or France. What?
Look at his military approval rating. It's actually dropping. It was at like 75%. It's down to 66. We are actually lowering it. That's good. That could save China's life.
You'll probably notice that, to be honest.
Maybe. His domestic approval rating is also faltering, but I think that's just his own management. Because I'm not opposing him. And I know he's not opposing me. I'm going to sell warfare techs and maybe some techs. I'm just going to sell a lot of techs to China. I don't need the money, but it could help them, so I'll just sell them this whole lineup of tech right now. Because it has a chance at helping them at the very least. They don't really have very good... What the hell is that? Nicaragua. Okay. They also don't have very good units at the start either. I don't know that I could really offer them anything better, but I could give them something.
So what's the third Reich up to? Senor Hitler.
I am just preparing to make Germany, you know, as good as it can be. Make the First and Second Reichs proud. Do what they couldn't. Let's give some tech or some designs to China that might help them. Mounted infantry, it's not much. I guess it's something. And a German arty piece. Nothing that any of them are going to scramble to own, so it's nothing big. I'll just give it to them for free. I can't give them much, but I'm giving China some better land designs. Just like, I gave them like a mounted infantry, which I don't know if they actually have one of. And I gave them an arty piece.
Alright.
If you have anything else you can give them that like...
Yeah, I'm gonna look now.
Of different things, that would be good. I'd suggest that to really up their odds of surviving. I think there's no way Siam can win, so...
No, probably not.
But China stands a chance, at least.
Did you send them designs, or...?
Yeah, I sent them designs. So I'll support this coup d'etat.
I can't give really much better.
Yeah, me neither. I'm just like, take a look. If there's anything.
I could send the Marines, but...
Let's buy some more tech from the UK, which is now getting cheaper and cheaper, thank God. As they like me more and more. Could also probably start getting some treaties with them. We'll get some friendship treaties to start. All the friendship treaties we can get. What is our... World market opinion is pleased. Nice. Starting to scrap some old units that we're going to be replacing as well. I want to keep a modern, strong army. If he notices it, he might just not say anything.
I think he will invest more then.
Yeah, he would if he noticed it. True. I'm gonna get the transit line of sight and everything with the UK since we're going to befriend them one way or another. Let's start befriending Stalin as well. Friendship, line of sight, non-aggression, all that jazz. What are we up to now? We are still pleased, but it should be on the higher end of being pleased. Our war justification is starting to build up, mainly against Poland and Ethiopia right now, but the others will catch up over time. Following that, we have Norway, Yugoslavia, Sweden, Bulgaria. Really, not the ones that I wanted to be at the top first. Like Ethiopia, we're not going to invade. I'm just trying to assist Italy if I can. Making a first target out of Norway, that would sure be interesting. They would be the first one I could go for. With Sweden not too far behind. We're also going to want to befriend good old Mussolini here. We'll get a full alliance inevitably just thrown at us later on as well. And this should be enough befriending to really get my world market up there. UK wants to sell me rubber. I need rubber. Yeah, sure, I'll take some rubber, thank you. I need some more indie goods. There's always a need for indie goods already. I built the indie production that I was building, though. We start out... Oh, what? We have the most production of military goods? Japan starts out with the most, so he must have scrapped more than I did, or in some way, or is limited in some way, somehow. The US will catch up quick, I'm sure. I never looked at what the US was building. I never looked at them. America, he's building some naval production in Hawaii, a seaport. That looks relatively new. He's building up plenty of indie goods, way more than I can afford to build. Rubber plantations makes sense. Okay. Let's take a look at what good old Japan's making now. An intelligence academy. Oh. Looks like he's building up spies. That's interesting.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's very interesting for him. Yeah, he doesn't use spies, so that means something. Really, the only resource problems I have, now that I believe my funding has basically almost gotten to where it needs to be, is timber and oil. So, ideally, it looks like we are going to have to make some timber as well. We just have to find a nice little patch where it won't really overlap with anything, which appears that generally this whole area in between these roads would be good for that. Now, we don't need a whole lot of timber, but we do need some timber. So, let's go ahead and make some in a little group here. 19, that should be helpful. We can up it a little bit more. There you go. 25 timber mills. That should be pretty good for now, and that should keep us in the positive. Hopefully, oil is the main thing we need, and that's just out of my range. And rubber, which, like, I can't. I'm just going to buy it from the UK for the time being. They should give me good prices, and I'll build synths if I need to, and that's going to make me need more oil. So really, if I'm going to use my money, it needs to be on getting techs. You know, if I'm using my indie goods, it needs to be on things like that. So I can afford to keep my hydras and stuff right now. I'm going to try to keep them for when I need to scrap them for later for indie goods, because you know that is going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy some more indie goods. Let's say this much more, because we are burning through it. We're going to try to buy some more for a good price, while buying it is easy to support the things that I am building. We're going to want more finalized goods production than we are of anything else. We don't have the opportunity right now to get more oil, but we will acquire that opportunity in good time. Speaking of, I'll go ahead and make another 5 indie goods right now. That's going to be just so very important, more than military goods at the time being. As I remember, Stalin starts out with a fuck ton, an absolute fuck ton of indie goods that we can just try to buy a lot of direct from them. They don't like me enough, I guess, right now to give me a really good price for this crap. Yeah, they're asking for way more than even, like, the market would. Well, no, maybe that's what the market would ask. That's probably what the market would ask. China should also have a good amount of indie goods as well. Yeah, they have a decent amount. And they'll give me a good price, so let's buy some from them. They usually do pretty well on money, so they can buy from the market. I'm not as sympathetic towards them. I'm helping them, but they can help me back. Stalin has a tech we don't have. We'll buy that from him.